Sheep RBC is treated with serum of patient with infectious mononucleosis. The cause of agglutination is which of the following? Heterophile antibodies or complement fixation or antigen antibody reaction or cell mediated reaction. The scenario given here is infectious mononucleosis. So, when we mix the serum of infectious mononucleosis patient with sheep erythrocytes, it results in agglutination reaction. So, what is the basis? What is the principle of this agglutination reaction? So, infectious mononucleosis is nothing but an acute self-limiting condition which is caused by a virus. So, 90% of infectious mononucleosis is caused by Epstein-Barr virus. It is also caused by cytomegalovirus, which is human herpes virus 5, whereas Epstein-Barr virus is HHV4, human herpes virus type 4. And both belongs to herpes viridae family, and the herpes viruses are DNA viruses consisting of double-stranded DNA as a genetic material. So, this Epstein-Barr virus affects the B lymphocytes. It shows predilection, it shows tropism for B lymphocytes which are involved in humoral immunity, that is in production of antibodies. And once the B lymphocytes are affected, it results in primary infection, or it can lead to some latent infection, or it can also result in malignant conditions associated with B lymphocytes, in which the infectious mononucleosis is a primary infection caused by Epstein-Barr virus. And this Epstein-Barr virus results in polyclonal activation of the B lymphocytes, which results in formation or which results in production of heterophile antibodies. So, this heterophile antibody is specific for infectious mononucleosis that is caused by Epstein-Barr virus, whereas cytomegalovirus induced infectious mononucleosis are heterophile negative. Therefore, the antibodies are specific against the Epstein-Barr virus. So, what do you mean by this heterophile antibodies? So, it denotes the antibodies that are formed against the heterophile antigens. So, we should be able to understand the term heterophile antigen. So, it denotes the same antigen or closely related antigens present in different tissues in more than one species. So, the most important statement here is that it is present in more than one species. Okay, it involves more than one species. And one good example is the Epstein-Barr virus. So, it shares a common antigen with one another species, that is the sheep, with sheep RBCs. Therefore, one antigen is shared by two species, okay, more than one species, and they are known as heterophile antigens. And next example is Rickettsia, which causes typhus. It again shares a common antigen with one another species, that is the Proteus bacilli, with some of the strains of Proteus bacilli such as OX2, OX19 and OXK. And another example is Forceman antigens. Forceman antigens denotes a lipid carbohydrate complex present in animals, birds, bacteria, etc. And the antibody generated against the Forceman antigen are known as Forceman antibodies, and the literature states that the Forceman antibodies can be normally present in human serum as well. And next we should be knowing a term, that is heterophile agglutination test. So, it denotes the diagnostic test used to detect the presence of heterophile antibodies. So, when it comes to Epstein-Barr virus causes infectious mononucleosis as a primary infection, and the heterophile antibodies can be detected by Paul Bunnell test. And next is for typhus, which is caused by Rickettsia. It is the Weil-Felix test, Weil-Felix reaction, which is the heterophile agglutination test in case of typhus. And next comes in case of primary atypical pneumonia, that is caused by Mycoplasma species. Primary atypical pneumonia caused by Mycoplasma can be identified, can be diagnosed by heterophile agglutination tests such as Streptococcus Mg agglutination test, Streptococcus Mg agglutination test, and by means of cold agglutinin test. So these are some of the examples. So when it comes to cold agglutinin test, so it is the agglutination caused by mixing the serum of the patient with primary atypical pneumonia with human RBCs, specifically human ORBCs, which shows the agglutination. So these are some of the examples of heterophile agglutination test used to detect the heterophile antibodies. And now we will be focusing mainly on the Epstein-Barr virus induced infectious mononucleosis, and the test involved here is nothing but the Paul-Bunel test. So Paul-Bunel test is performed by mixing the serum of the patient with sheep erythrocytes, and that results in agglutination. And along with this, we should perform a differential agglutination test to confirm the presence of heterophile antibodies that are specific for Epstein-Barr virus. Because human serum can contain other agglutinins also, it can contain other heterophile antibodies as well, which can be positive for Paul-Bunel test. So for that, we mix the serum of the patient with two sources, that is with guinea pig kidney cells and with bovine RBCs, that is the ox red cells. So guinea pig kidney cells absorb all the other agglutinins but not the infectious mononucleosis heterophile antibodies, whereas ox red cells absorbs only the infectious mononucleosis specific heterophile antibodies and not the other antibodies. Whereas if in case the patient's serum consists of forceman antibodies that can be present in the serum, or it can develop on injection of horse serum as a result of serum sickness. So such forceman antibodies can be absorbed by both guinea pig kidney cells as well as ox red cells. If it is absorbed by both the sources, then it denotes the forceman antibodies, whereas if the antibodies are absorbed only by ox red cells, it denotes the specificity for Epstein-Barr virus induced infectious mononucleosis. Okay, so these are some of the important ways to confirm the presence of heterophile antibodies specific for Epstein-Barr virus. And there is one another test, that is the monospot test. So it is a rapid test, that is rapid slide agglutination test performed in case of acute infectious mononucleosis. And here the human serum, that is the patient serum, is reacted with horse RBCs, that is horse erythrocytes, whereas in case of Paul-Bunel test, we react with sheep RBCs. But the specificity of monospot test is comparatively lesser than the Paul-Bunel test, and it is used to diagnose the acute infectious mononucleosis. Okay, so these are some important points to know about the infectious mononucleosis, specifically about the Epstein-Barr virus induced infectious mononucleosis. And I have also listed some of the important heterophile antigens and the heterophile agglutination test to detect those antigens. And now getting back to the question. The cause of agglutination seen in infectious mononucleosis is due to the presence of heterophile antibodies in the patient's serum, whereas complement fixation denotes the antigen-antibody complex formation followed by binding with complement components resulting in complement fixation. An antigen-antibody reaction, it denotes a general reaction binding of antigen with antibody, whereas in case of infectious mononucleosis, the heterophile antibodies in the serum binds with the heterophile antigen in the sheep RBCs. Therefore, the heterophile specificity is very important in case of infectious mononucleosis. And option 4 states cell-mediated reaction, which involves the immune cells of cell-mediated immunity. Therefore, out of the given 4 options, the cause of agglutination seen in infectious mononucleosis patient with sheep RBC is nothing but option 1, heterophile antibodies.